Hello, I'm Betty Moore-Hafter of CreativeEFT.com, and this is the second in my video series, Creative Language with EFT. As I've mentioned, I have a background in hypnotherapy, and I've come to believe that the subconscious is always listening. I also think that when we're tapping, we're opening up that deeper level of the mind. And so it's my belief that some very simple phrases that appeal to the subconscious can really enhance the EFT process. In this video, I'm going to be using some language around be willing and opening doors. And let me just show you how this might work in your tapping. I'm going to do a couple of rounds of EFT, so you can feel free to tap along. Of course, if you do, you take full responsibility for your own well-being at all times. So if you'd like to zero in on something you're working on, just see how you're holding that, how it feels in your body, and then tap with me. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I'm willing for this to change. Even though I have these feelings, I'm willing to consider. What would you consider? Even though I have this problem, this emotion, I'm willing to see it differently. And just consider, how might you see it differently? This problem, this emotion, but I am willing for this to change. This problem, this emotion, but I'm willing to consider and just fill in this issue, these feelings. And let's return here and just say once more, but I'm willing to see it differently. What if I could see it differently? Deep breath. And just sit with that for a moment. And notice the effect of that language with tapping. I think that being willing sets a powerful intention, and it seems to open something up inside. I also think that stating the willingness to see something differently is a kind of an invitation to the deeper mind, because that deeper mind holds infinite possibilities. It can shift and something can come forth. I'm thinking of probably the most moving time that I used this expression with someone. I was working with a young woman on her father wound, and we'd done a lot of healing in the session, and towards the end of the session I just had a sense that maybe this language was right. So we introduced the possibility of seeing it differently. And after the tapping, she sat very thoughtfully and she said, you know, I think for the first time I see that my father really loved me. He loved me the best he could given his limitations. And that was something that she had gotten on a deep level. It just came right through in that tapping. She had allowed herself to see it differently. And that was very healing. So now I'd like to show you some phrases based on the image of opening doors. Our deeper mind is very literal. It loves concrete, tactile images. And the very idea of opening doors feels good. It's like new possibilities, moving forward, not being stuck anymore. The door is open. So this is powerful language for the subconscious. And if you'd like to tap along, I'm going to be guiding a tapping with this language. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I'm opening the door of possibilities. Even though I have this issue and these feelings about it, I'm opening the doors for healing and change. Even though I have this issue, these feelings, I may be willing to consider the possibility, to entertain the possibility of opening the door just a little bit. What if I could feel better? What if things could change? This problem, this emotion, but I'm opening the door of possibilities. This problem and all the ways it may be stuck. These feelings and all the ways they may be stuck. But I am opening the doors of healing and change. This problem, these emotions, but I may be willing to entertain the possibility of opening the door just a little bit. What if I could feel better? What if things could change? Big breath. And notice the effect in your system of that language of willingness, openness, opening doors. So I found it useful to use this kind of language sometimes when people are depressed, because one of the characteristics of depression is it feels that the doors have closed. People feel hopeless. So to actually tap for so depressed, so hopeless, that is another downer. Doesn't work that well. And so I've actually brought in that positive language in the tapping, opening the door of possibilities, opening the doors for healing and change. Perhaps willing to entertain the possibility that something could change. Willing to entertain that possibility of opening the door. What if I could feel just a little better? And things like that. It's rather incremental, just a little bit at a time. And after some tapping like that, most people feel something change. Like people have said, it's like a ray of light came into that dark place. Or it's like I really felt a little opening inside. So that can be a really powerful way to tap. Once again, I'm Betty Moore-Hafter of CreativeEFT.com, and thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and this was the second of the series. Please stay tuned for part 3 of Creative Language with EFT.